You might think football players are friends, but some have serious issues with each other. One player stole another's wife, and another put a legend in the hospital. Before we get to those stories, let's talk about Erling Haaland and why he hates a football star who ruined his dad's life. Erling Haaland grew up watching his dad Alfie play for Manchester City and became a huge fan. But things changed when they played against their rivals, Manchester United. Roy Keane, a player for Man United, injured Alfie so badly that he had to retire from football and get a regular job. Alfie said, "Coincidence or not, that was my last 90 minutes in England," and he never played a full game again after that incident. Keane's tackle was intentional because when he was kicked out of the game, he trash-talked Alfie, saying, "I'd waited long enough. Take that." Erling Haaland hated Roy Keane and Manchester United because of this. He used that hatred as motivation to become a football star and get revenge. He eventually joined his dad's old club, Manchester City, and couldn't wait to play against Manchester United. When asked which team he was most looking forward to playing against, he said, "I don't like to say the word, but Manchester United." His dislike for them was so strong that he couldn't even take a picture without covering their logo. In his first game against Man United, he scored 3 goals. Later, in one of the biggest tournaments of the year, Haaland beat them again and proudly held up the trophy in front of United and their fans. Alfie's life being ruined might have been the best thing to happen to Haaland because it turned him into a football legend. But that's just one story of football players who hate each other. There's still the story of the player who stole a legend's wife and another player's beef that turned into a $17 million scandal. Neymar's issues with Kylian Mbappé broke up the biggest super team in football history. Ironically, there wasn't any beef at first. When Neymar joined PSG, the club also brought in Mbappé. Everyone thought having 2 of the world's best players on the same team was a winning formula. Neymar and Mbappé were excited to be teammates and even became best friends, doing commercials together and hanging out off the pitch. They celebrated all their goals together. However, when Mbappé started becoming a better player than Neymar, their friendship turned into a battle of egos. When Mbappé took over as PSG's penalty taker, Neymar hated it because he felt he was better at taking penalties. Neymar's career stats showed he had only missed 15 out of 89 penalty shots, while Mbappé had missed 7 out of 36. Neymar's frustration boiled over during a match when Mbappé missed a penalty. Neymar refused to let Mbappé take another one and scored the next penalty himself, taunting Mbappé with his celebration. Even though PSG won, things got heated between Neymar and Mbappé in the dressing room. They reportedly came head-to-head and almost fought. From that point on, their relationship was never the same. Mbappé was seen on the bench pointing at Neymar and trash-talking him. He even publicly called Neymar out for never passing to him. Sports shows were confused because neither Neymar nor Mbappé was the top player on the team. Lionel Messi was. Messi's presence meant both Neymar and Mbappé had to defer to him. Despite this, Neymar and Mbappé continued to clash, each wanting to be the #1 player. Eventually, Mbappé had enough and started making demands. Reports said he wanted Neymar out of the club. When Neymar heard this, he told PSG he was ready to leave. Other clubs wanted to sign Neymar, but this drama was too much. Messi decided to leave PSG and move to a different country, seeing how out of control things had become. This feud broke up one of the biggest super teams in football history.